Welcome back to our What Are We Made Of series. And we are going to talk about brains and the nervous system. So let's get started. So, the nervous system. What is the nervous system made of? So, there are two main parts of the nervous system, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is made of the brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system is made of all the nerves throughout the body. So the main parts of the nervous system are the brain, the spinal cord, and all of the nerves that make up the body. What does the nervous system do? So it does a lot of things. The nervous system is involved in fast communication and it's electric. It's electric communication. The central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system work together on this electric communication. The central nervous system receives and interprets the messages, and then it sends out new messages. It's also involved in learning and remembering, if you obviously because of the brain. And what does the peripheral nervous system do? It's involved in a lot of things. It's involved in all of these messages that is being sent to the central nervous system. So it connects the central nervous system to the organs, the limbs, the skin. It allows the brain and the spinal cord to receive and send information to the other areas of the body. It carries all the sensory and motor information to and from the central nervous system, and it regulates involuntary body functions like the heartbeat and the breathing. So the peripheral nervous system does a lot. And then the central nervous system is receiving and interpreting and sending out messages. And they're both working in conjunction with each other electrically. So let's see how this works um, on a very surface scale. So this is in order. So at the number one, the nerves receive information from the sense organs and send it to the brain. So here, um, I think that the eyes are seeing like, oh, this is a beautiful rose that I might want to touch. So the nerves are receiving this information and send it to the brain. And then the brain interprets that information uh, and generates a reaction in order to the locomotor system to the muscles to react. So that's two. So the eyes, the nerves of the eyes send a message to the brain. The brain interprets that information and generates an order. And then at three, the nerves transport that order, how to react to the locomotor system, to the muscles, and then the muscles move. So now this person can touch the rose and then maybe get pricked by the thorns. So that's how it works in 4 steps. But it is very fast, right? The nervous system is fast and electric, and this happens in an instant. But this is how it happens. What sends all these messages? The neurons. The nerve cells carry all of the functions of the nervous system by conducting nerve impulses, all of that electricity. They are highly specialized cells, and each neuron has three basic parts. So the cell body, which is this purple part here, or the soma, one or more dendrites, which are these funny looking little head or looking little like tree-like branches off of the soma or the cell body. And then the axon, which is the tail that is hanging off of the cell body. There are other parts of the cell, which is the myelin sheath, which is covering the axon and protecting it. There's terminals, which also help send and receive. There's the nucleus of the cell. So there's just many different parts, but this is there are three main parts you should know: the cell body, or the soma, the dendrites, and the axon of the neuron, which is the messenger. So we can't forget about one more structure that I think is sometimes forgotten about when we talk about the central nervous system, is the eye, or the optic nerve. It is derived from the outgrowth of the forebrain, and it's part of the central nervous system. It's a fully functional optic nerve is essential for vision, and damage to the optic nerve, it would sever precise transmission of visual information between the retina and the brain. And damage can result from like physical damage, so like getting hit in the eye, or getting hit to the head, or ocular trauma, right? Like that's physical damage. Physiological damage, so like cancer or inflammation to the optical nerve, or neurodegeneration, so like glaucoma, can bring on optic nerve damage as well. And looking at the eye anatomy, it's a lot. There's a lot going on in the eye to get the information from the light coming into the eye to the optic nerve, which then sends the message to the brain. Whoops. But what's happening here, the main part is the light comes in through the lens here, this big part through the lens, and it is going to hit the back of the eye in the retina, and messages are going to happen here, and that's going to hit the optic nerve, and the optic nerve is the main part of the central nervous system, and that is going to send the message to the rest of the central nervous system. That's going to give that message to say, hey, let's do something, right? Like I see a rose that I want to touch or that I want to smell. And that is going to cause, that muscle movement, that extra message that your body is going to want to cause a reaction. So that is the human eye, and the optic nerve is back here. And the light comes in and causes a nice message. Okay, So that is a wonderful overview of the nervous system. And I hope you enjoy the nervous system as much as I do. And come back for the next part.